Howdy, it's Matt. Now this video is going to be a little bit different for you than ones which I've covered in the past, and in this video for you we're going to be answering a couple of questions which have come up here, and I'm sure you're thinking of them as well, and also I'm going to be here working at the workbench so you can see me working away. So what have I got here on the bench? It is one of the One Babies which I'm working on. Now, while I'm working on this, I've got over there on the iPad on the other side, I've got a couple of questions, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So think of this as a frequently asked questions video. So the first one is, Matt, I cannot keep up with all the videos post. Why do you post so many videos? And that actually came from a flying buddy. And the short answer is that that's not my problem. If you can't keep up with the sheer amount of videos which get posted. So in short, I work to my own schedule, and that does mean that we do post a lot of videos. In fact, the vast majority of the time, those of you which already know this, is over in the Facebook group, is that there's a shed load of videos normally posted in there, which I have to like hold back onto YouTube. So. And the thing for that is, well, the worrying thing is that out of all the however many hours per day, second are uploaded to YouTube for videos, is that somehow me posting a couple of videos about RC is overwhelming. And there must be hundreds and hundreds of hours now of video getting posted up every hour to YouTube. So, yeah, does it bother me? No, not in the slightest, in short. So I try and post one video a day. That was always my plan for doing YouTube for a year, and I almost achieved that. Well, I did something like 800 videos and 360 some days, so yeah, I got close to that, to say the least, and maybe exceeded it. But since then, I did take a while just to calm things down a bit, and I think I seem to have got myself into a good place, and when I posted, we're back to the same kind of levels as what we were before. So yeah. That was question number one, which came in. So why cannot, Matt, I cannot keep up with the videos you post. So pick and choose, basically. If you see a video you like, you watch it. If you don't, well, that's your choice, isn't it? It's not mine. Next question. This one does my nutting, which is Matt. And again, you'll understand why it does my nutting in just a few moments' time. Matt, what is your favourite wing? Now that is such a flawed question, and the reason why it's a flawed question is because you're missing the context, or when or how which one is my favourite wing. So for example, because it's a completely useless question, if I'm flying it here at home, is then that little Rainbow 600 wing, which I really do need to get around to doing a review on because it's super cheap and does fly really well, is corking. It's a brilliant little wing because it costs $18 or so, maybe less, and it's a great little wing just for flying around here at home. Whereas, for example, the Genesis or maybe the Spec wing, it would be a more suitable wing for flying around in and around the trees. Would it not? And then maybe the Hornet wing, which I actually labelled as the best FPV wing for 2017, is a little Hornet wing. And that is just absolutely brilliant for darting in and out of gaps between trees. And yeah, so it kind of depends on what the circumstances are. Again, if I want speed, something like the Hardcore 44, or maybe the Team Legit FG36 wing, and then maybe you're saying like the favourite wing. What about Line of Sight? What about the Bonsai or the Texumo, which are two fantastic models for line of sight flying? Not only you can obviously convert them to FPV, but they are absolutely fantastic line of sight models. So yeah, kind of a bit of a flawed question when you ask, Matt, what is your favourite wing? Because it really does depend upon the circumstances and also my mood at the time as well, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, moving on. Matt, why do you like flying wings? Now that's actually a good question. The funny thing is that I'm sure we've all flown at a proper flying club at some point in our lives. I keep in the back of your mind, I've only been flying for about just over a year now, and one of the model flying clubs, it was suggested that a flying wing wasn't a real model, and well, it was actually specifically asked, Matt, when are you going to buy a real model airplane? Because I was flying wings at the time, And that's always stuck in my head. It's like, what? Is it not a real model aeroplane? It's always stuck in my back of my mind. It always made me chuckle. And the answer about, Matt, why do you like wings, is that, in short, I just like the look of them. There's nothing quite like the look of a flying wing. And again, it doesn't matter if you've got big ones or small ones. I just like flying wings. There's my little Hornet wing, which I blew up the iNav board on, the F4 board on there, which is down here in the pile to get fixed at some point. I just like flying wings. And ironically, I'm here working on a one baby, which has got a tail on it. But yeah, I just like flying wings. I just like the look of them. The electronics is simpler. They're easy. They're very easy to fly. And they're great for FPV, and the only negative which I can say is because of the excuse me, I need to pause for a slip of the black gold. The only negative which I can say is because generally all the wings which I've flown so far are pusher props on the back, is that they can be noisy if configured wrong or designed wrong, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the only negative which I can come up with. Right, next question. Matt, what is the worst model that you have ever owned? And that's actually very simple to answer. It was the DW Hobby, that Thunderbird wing. Absolutely fucking awful model. And again, it just broke in my hands. It was just sat here for ages. And then Flight Test, which, again, this might be a shocker to you. I actually unsubscribed from Flight Test. I've just had enough. Those guys lied, basically, and that's never sat right with me since. So anyway, going back to my point, is that they complained that they copied a model on there, and that aside, which it wasn't a copy because it was a copy of a copy anyway. Let's not mince our words here, but it was a terrible model, and you know what we do with bad models, they go in a cement mix. And if you've not seen that video yet, in the top right hand corner, whichever side it is, I'll put a link up there, and you can then see what happens to bad models here. They will end up going to a new life somewhere else. So yeah, that was the worst one, and that went in the cement mixer. Right, let's move on to a few slightly personal ones, which is that, Matt, what do you do as a day job? In short, I don't want to confuse things, I am a web developer and a teacher. That's the easiest way which I can make it, and I'm not going to go into any more details. That's just basically what I do. I'm a web developer, so I code, and I'm a teacher, so I make video tutorials. So no surprise, I'm pretty good behind a camera. Again, if you think about it logically, I've just done a year behind the camera for a year on YouTube. We're like 14, 15 months in now, so I'm pretty confident to say the least. So yeah, just playing on my own skills. Matt, how much money do you earn? You ask any entrepreneur that, and they will come back with the same answer: not enough. Matt, how much money how much do you spend on RC kit in a year? Now, that's actually a good question. So, unlike other fake review channels or with channels which have got clickbait RC titles in them and stuff like that, I buy all of these parts and models out of my own money. So obviously my spend is going to be kind of high, to say the least. And those of you which have wives, they would probably freak if they knew how much I really did spend on RC kit, what I've spent over the last 12, 14 months. And I can tell you it's a lot of dosh, and I've enjoyed every single second of it. Now, the thing is, and the other one to note is that Banggood had that recent sale, didn't they? Absolute corking sale. I ended up with 38 orders. So, yeah, it's no surprise if I say that I'm a VIP 5 customer on Banggood. That's as far as I'm willing to go. I buy a lot of kit, just because of the circumstances which are in. Next question. Matt, have you... in fact, I need to be working on this model at the same time, so I'm going to have to try and work on this at the same time. I'm here looking for the blowtorch and things. So the next question was, Matt, have you ever been paid to do a review? And I'll get to that one in a moment, because I feel it's kind of an important one. And also there's a bit of a funny story about that. Because basically I was bribed, I was offered bribed to do a review, which caught me off guard a bit, which frankly I didn't get back to him and politely, which one was it? Yeah, I just politely declined, in short. So what have I got in my note here? here's the thing, right, okay, when it comes to paid reviews, okay, I actually class, if someone sends you a model for free, so say someone sent me this model, the One Baby, for free, so we'll say Johnny for Team Legit, which he didn't, say that he sent the One Baby to me for review, is technically that is a paid review. There is no two ways of looking about it. I have profited because I have been sent a free product which I get to keep. So you're not going to say anything bad about the product, which I hasten to add, the One Babies were bought out of my own money. So I'm not going to say anything bad of them. Why would you do that? Why would you shoot the hand or bite the hand which feeds you? So I don't do free product reviews. They absolutely drive me bonkers because I know that they are biased because just the way in which they are. So I actually class free products, where if someone's got the product for free, as actually a heavily biased review, and that's not something which I want to go into. So I always buy the products myself. So to answer this question directly, so the answer is yes, I have done paid reviews before. This is where I was sent like the DW Rainbow Wing, the bigger one, and also the FMS Edge from gearbest. Technically those products were sent to me for free, but they were, for as far as I'm concerned, paid reviews, and that's not something which I want to, that's not an avenue which I want to go down, and that's not an avenue which a long time ago I decided I didn't want to go down and stepped away with it. So we don't accept free shit here, unless it, well, it's got to be very special in circumstances, and of course I'd let you know clarity for that as well. So also, interestingly, literally just 1 week ago, I was offered cash for reviewing a product, which I politely declined. I was absolutely shocked when I got that email. It was quite a big company. To give you a heads up, I'm not going to put any rumours in there, but it wasn't Hobbyking or someone else like that. It was another RC company-ish who offered me money to do a review, which blew me away. I didn't realise that they would sink that low. Moving on, Matt, why do you not promote Hobbyking or gearbest? And that's actually a really good question. Now, to be bluntly honest, this kind of boils down to two things. The first one is money, and the second one is the way that the affiliate schemes work, which is, in short, an affiliate scheme is an extension of my own personal recommendation. It's not there to, it's one thing there to make money from, but also any company or service which I personally promote is an extension of myself. And as such, as that extension, I need to feel 100% confident in that company and the service and the products which they provide. So let's see if we can get that wedge. That needs to go down a touch. So with that in mind, so the one thing to note is that I do promote Hobbyking. I do cover Hobbyking products here from time to time. The same for the odd gearbest one as well. However, the reality is that at this present moment in time is that Hobbyking do not have a affiliate scheme. Well, they do, which is refer a new person for 100 points, which is only $1, and there's absolutely no point in me doing that. It's not a proper affiliate scheme. That's just a referral scheme. So that's the reason why we don't do Hobbyking. They don't have an affiliate scheme, in short. So if I buy a model, then it's coming out of my own money and there's no return on investment per se. Remember, we also, the thing to keep in the back of your mind is that we do not run any adverts here. There are now 5 videos. One was literally just a week ago on that morning FPV flight. There's only 5 videos on this channel which have adverts on it. No adverts run on this channel. That's, I can say that out of 950 videos, 5 of them have got adverts on. I don't think you're going to find many other channels which have that or can say that to you. So yeah, keep that in the back of your mind. Now, when it comes to, and by the way, I have no issues with customer service and stuff like Hobbyking. I've been buying quite a chunk of them lately. I don't know if you've seen the, well, there's an RC Mel episode which comes out shortly. You have to excuse the noise. I'm just blowtorching this push rod so I can get these servos melted down and in there properly. I don't know if you, anyway, come back to my point. The Mel episode, we got some Hobbyking items in there. We've done them before in the past, so yeah, there's no bad blood there between me and Hobbyking. Their customer support in the very early days was not good, but to be frankly honest, I have had absolutely no reason to contact their customer support because the products which I've been and bought from Hobbyking have worked as expected. That's the way it should be. So if hobbyking ever had an affiliate scheme, a proper affiliate scheme, would I be promoting their products? Hell yeah, because their customer support has got better. And generally speaking, we don't get issues. So yeah, happy days, happy days. And again, they've become a little bit more accountable now. Again, it's nice to have shared opinions within the Facebook group as well. And all the whinges and stuff seem to have gone away, which is happy days, unless a lot of people are not buying from them a lot as much as before, perhaps, or they have up their game on customer support, which I strongly suspect it's probably a mixture of the two, to be brutally honest. And I just need to get in there and melt that down in there and do the other side as well. God, stuff stinks. So moving on to the next one, gearbest. Now, I do have, like in the, I'll put it in the video description, I'll put it in the bottom of all the video descriptions. So we do have an affiliate link to gearbest, but the thing is that I don't actively promote gearbest products. Now the reason for that is actually very simple. And it comes back to that topic which we were talking about a few minutes ago when we were chatting about hobbyking and customer support, is that I just personally don't feel that the gearbest customer support is at an appropriate level. And remember, these affiliate schemes, they are extensions of myself. And if you're watching this and you're a fellow YouTube creator or an affiliate marketer, for example, that's the thing you've got to remember. When you recommend someone else's product, that is actually an extension, or that's an extension of yourself. So that company must deliver. And the thing is that the gearbest don't, at this present moment in time, deliver. So I had those guys chasing me, their affiliate managers chasing me to do reviews and stuff. And they were saying, well, why won't you do our products? And I politely went back to them and said, look, your customer support is not at a level where I feel personally happy with, and suggested that I would come back and review it again in a year's time. So that's where we are with gearbest at the moment. I've told them I'll come back to you in a year. That should give them plenty of time to sort themselves out. It may be before then, it may be later then. Again, I don't know, I can't second guess the future, so I think that one still needs to go down a touch. So yeah, that's where we are with gearbest. Right, next question. Why do you buy so much stuff from Banggood? Now this boils down to a couple of reasons. Again, I hope that you can appreciate my candid honesty when it comes to this. So the first one is that I just like cheap stuff. Okay, who does not like cheap shit? Okay, and it's not even shit, it's good stuff. If we think about like the mini Talon, for example, what was that, 30 quid is the last one I just been and bought one for. The HD wing I've got down there, which I've been working on lately, that's a good model. Yeah, $75, but it's a fantastic model. And I've fed some feedback to those guys, to the suppliers direct, and they'll be putting them into the next batch, which they get done. Anyway, my point being, I just like Banggood because the products are cheap. The shipping gets here eventually. It's anywhere between 9 to 14 days for most items to get here. And yes, there's always the odd package, which I had I ordered some servos in July and they turned up in September. That is so rare. I made a big fuss of it over in the Facebook group because I've just not had anything like that before. Normally it's like 9 to 14 days-ish, and the stuff turns up here. They do pack stuff. They are getting better stuff, packing stuff. Most stuff comes in with like at least some foam stuff around it to keep it safe. And also the customer support is not bad as well. I know it's a bit of a ball bag to make a video. Excuse me if something's gone wrong. I've got a mini Talon wing over there, and it's missing one of the spars. And you know the little fin spar at the back you've got to put in. In the manufacturing process, they didn't put the spar hole, they didn't put the round spar in it, and that was the XUAV, it wasn't Banggood. So I made him a video, and look, here's the right wing, which has got this spar or this tube in it, and here's the left wing, and look, it's missing, and I can't put the tube in it. And I sent him a video and said, look, it's obviously a manufacturing defect. I would like a wing with it in there, so can you send me a replacement, please? And they've sent me a replacement. It'll be here in 9 days to 9 to 14, 15 days, whatever. So that's the reason why I like Banggood. Okay, so like from a personal point of view, good, cheap, good products and decent customer support. It takes anywhere to 24 to 48 hours to return, and there isn't much screwing around. So that's happy days. So what's the other thing which I've got on here? Also, to be frankly honest, their affiliate program is really good too. Now, you must remember is that this is a self-funded YouTube channel. This isn't a channel which relies on ads. Remember, I do not like ads. I absolutely fucking hate ads, and no apologies for my languages. I hate ads with an untold vengeance. So we don't run ads in YouTube videos here. Now, with that in the back of your mind, we do need to fund this channel somehow or another, and the route which I chose back at the very beginning, something which I've been very honest about, so again, I hope you find my candid honesty refreshing, is we will do affiliate marketing. Now, the thing about that is that Banggood is pretty good at that. They have decent rates. And again, remember, when it comes to affiliate marketing, a company like Banggood is an extension of myself. So if it was getting to the point where I was unhappy with things, then I would be letting you know, because remember, they're an extension of myself, and I cannot be, it would bug me inside. And remember, I will post good stuff along with the bad stuff. So those of you which remember the 4 models which I had in a row which all turned up broken, Matt was getting pretty pissed by the end of that lot. And I can tell you, I really did let Banggood know on that one in more ways than one. And thankfully, they've taken steps to improve that now, which is obviously good news for us all. And again, I don't want to hide anything bad from here. And again, I've done my best to keep it as open as possible. So I will post the bad stuff along with the good stuff. It's just the way it happens, you know. Sometimes you get stuff which turns up and broke, and I'm sure it left the warehouse in one piece, and it's been for the postal system, and we know what happens in the postal system. And those of you out there wishing you're a postman and or post lady, and you go, well, we always deliver our parcels perfectly, and they turn up to us smashed. Bollocks. I used to work as a courier, and I know full well what goes on, and I can tell you I've left more boxes at the back of a van than you would believe. So yeah, it's no big surprise stuff turns up and gets broken. Do I get pissy or shitty about it? Of course I do, because it's absolutely fucking frustrating. But on the flip side, if you think about it, a box has got... have I got a box here? No, damn it. Oh, I've put it up there. Sorry, a freebie for a review later. Sorry, a freebie for you to go out later. We're doing a 5,000 subscriber giveaway at some point, and I've bought a load of stuff off Banggood. We're going to do some freebies, but there is a... whatchamacallit, S800 wing up there on the shelf, and the box turned up bashed. Now, did that box leave Banggood bashed? Probably not, is the honest answer. If we think about this logically, would they send out a pre-broken product? The answer to that, that's not likely to have happened. Somewhere between China or Thailand, as that one case me, that product has got damaged, and it could be at any point in there. And the thing is, it's just the way things happened. And was the product irrevocably damaged? And the answer was no. The lid was just a bit bent, and Matt was a bit pissed. But it's made out of moulded EPP. It will be fine. So hey ho, nobody will know. So yeah, packaging, and I've got myself off onto a little tangent. So yeah, my point being, I'm not afraid to post bad reviews. I think it's the way which rolls. It just keeps the channel real. And because I'm taking this from the point of view of your point, well, my point of view, which is that I'm a fellow RC pilot, and I get pissed off if something turns up it breaks, or doesn't work as expected, or doesn't fly straight, or doesn't do what I expected it to do, which is, to be frankly honest, pretty damn rare now. You think about all the videos which we've done lately and all the products which we've been and seen, that is pretty rare, to be fair. So but when they do come up, I will post them. There's no point hiding it. And in fact, actually, I think it's very much more in my favour that I do post the bad stuff rather than all the good stuff. And I wish more stuff went wrong. But the reality is that shit just doesn't go wrong that often. It just doesn't. And I know that someone like Bruce, for example, has mentioned things like the reviewer's curse. But to be honest, I've not really suffered from that, because stuff just doesn't go that wrong. Or maybe I'm just not choosing the complex enough products to review. Maybe that is the case. But yeah, I didn't really get that at all, to be honest. Hey ho. Anyway, on to the next one. Oh, this is a corking question. Matt, why does your wife not kill you when you have another model arrive? Now, this one, and I can't get over this. I think as men, as other men, we'll put other people here, not me and you, is that they hide things from their wives. I don't know why people do this. I genuinely don't do this. My wife is my life partner, okay? If I lie to my wife, my life partner, I am lying to myself, okay? So I never lie to my wife, okay? It's as straightforward as that. And I tell her, she may not like it. She may take the piss. Another one, Matt? And things like that. But we need to put things into context. That's the biggie, okay? Remember, no lying to your, like, what is going to be your life partner. And again, I know that sounds romantic or idealistic, but I've seen no reason why I would leave my wife, to be honest. So why would I lie? I just don't get it. So I also need to fill in a couple of blanks here. So for the last 4+ years, I have worked for myself, and I've worked extremely hard, harder than 99% of you watching this. And those of you which are entrepreneurs, I've probably worked about as hard as you, maybe just a little tad more. I don't know. Hey ho. So keep that in the back of your mind. So I've worked, and that has meant that I've had very, very few hobbies. I've not spent that much time with my kids and things like that. To build more than one business, well, running 3 at the moment, for several businesses, should I say, to ensure the long-term success and financial security for my family. As the breadwinner, I'm taking on the man role here. I do feel compelled that, and still now that I need to provide for my family. So keep in the back of your mind, I've worked my nuts off for my own businesses and I've had no hobbies. Okay. And also note that I gave up drinking, not coffee, I gave up drinking about 4 years ago, more longer than that, it's probably like 5 years now. So I don't walk in, and I'm going to have a quick slurp, pissed out of my face, acting like a complete twat at 4 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. So I don't do that, and I don't come in bladdered. So to be honest, I'm in the good books for the missus because I don't drink. I like to think I'm a semi-good husband. I'm not a complete fucking wanker, and no apologies for the language there, and you know, I'm sure you've got mates, or seen people act like that, and that's not me, in short. So, at the moment, I'm pretty much golden with the wife, you know? Yeah, I buy some foam, I spend quite a bit of money on RC products, but in the reality is that I think I'm a semi-good husband. I do have my bad days. Sometimes several in a row. It's just the way it rolls, you know. We all have bad days, and I don't lie. The thing is as well, and to be frankly honest, I think H actually likes working with some of these models as well. She's kind of excited about the little wombat babies because she knows how excited I was with the full-size wombat. So yeah, she helps him with the lamination. She likes the painting bits as well. So I do my best to try and get her involved in what I'm doing. So I don't know how other people work with their wives. For me, it's an inclusive thing. I'd like for my wife to get involved in what I'm doing and what products are coming. So what new models are coming in, we can chat about. She knows her stuff about FPV. Work that one out, and that's just by talking to her. So yeah, I secretly think H likes RC. She's never flown, but I think she likes it. She knows the lingo and stuff now, so happy days. And that's only something which can come over a long period of time, just by being open and honest. So all I can say to those of you which are hiding models from your wives is that the approach which I would personally take is that stuff a model in, take it home and show the wife and be upset at the table and then laugh about it and let her laugh at you. Okay, and then just go and buy another one, okay, and then she knows why you bought another one. You've completely stuffed the previous one, it's beyond repair, you were upset, you were laughing together about it, and you've been and bought a new one, and you won't be in as much shit as you could have been if she finds it in the garage, you know. So that's the approach which I would take, and then I'd just build up from there, just 100% honesty, and you can never ever go wrong. It does get awkward at times. Be honest with you on that one. It can be honest. It can be awkward being honest too often in there, but just be aware it is the best approach long term. You never get caught up in a web of lies. Right. Next one is Matt. Why do you get up so early in the morning? Now, That's actually a really good question, and the simple answer is that I'm just a morning person. There's no two ways about it. I am definitely one of those morning people. I like being up in the morning. I'm recording this at 08:25 in the morning. I've already been up since like 3 o'clock this morning. I'm 5 hours ahead of everybody else in the world. Happy days. So yeah, I'm just a morning person. I'm cheerful in the morning. It's just the way which I'm wired. I know some people are just like evening people, but thing to remember, I've got kids. You may have kids as well, and to get up and be able to get stuff done first thing in the morning, there's no distractions, there's nobody else in here, and I haven't got the girls running around arguing with the wife and granny and whatever else, and the cat jumping up all over the place and stuff. It just means that I can get stuff done, which for me is happy days. It's a good couple of extra hours every morning. Now, keep that in the back of your mind, because I feel that's important, and I'm here just rummaging around in a box to get these booms out for this little one baby. So keep that in the back of your mind, is that I do get an extra couple of hours, and I did do some maths over here on my notes, and I want to make sure I get it right, because it was simple maths, but I look a right twat if I got it wrong. So if you imagine that if I get up anywhere between anywhere between 2 AM and 6 AM every morning. Okay, so on average, I would say I get a good 4 to 5 hours extra every single day. Now, if you go and times, say, if you times just 4 hours every day by 6, that means that I get an extra day every single week. An extra day to do shit every week. So is it any big surprise that I create a lot of videos? Is it any big surprise that I get a lot of shit done? Well, no, it's not, because actually, maybe compared to you, I'm a day ahead of you every single week. A whole 24 hours of awake hours as well, not fake hours. That is a whole 24 hours which I'm up doing stuff in. So yeah, keep that in the back of your mind. So yeah, I do like being a morning person. It's just the way which I'm frankly wired, and I like being up in the morning for all the reasons above. And the last question which I've got here, which we're going to cover, and before we do that, I'm just going to quickly put a quick slice in here. And by the way, it's a little tip for you. I've just put 2 pins in at either end, and I'm just going to run a slit down there so I can get the carbon fibre strip in there in just a moment. Another tip for you is very simply, what was I saying tip? What was I saying tip? I've got myself confused now. Go back to the notes, Matt. Good boy. Matt, where do you get your motivation from? That's the thing, is that I am a motivated kind of person. I know very much what I do not want to be, but I'll be very honest with you, and it's going to be the one word which I won't say the C word, I can let you fill that in. I don't want to be a fat, lazy, see you next Tuesday, okay? I don't want to be someone which just sits there on the sofa and watches the TV day in, day out, and they go to work and they come home and then they'll sit there and watch the TV, and that's all they do for their evening. That's what they class as their relaxment. And I understand why people do that. TV is addictive. There are some fantastic shows out there. Lucifer, for one, which I haven't actually watched the 2nd season yet. Shock horror. But I'm here looking for the, like I said, you're going to have to bear with me. This really is just a chit chat at the desk, and I've lost my carbon strip, which is a bit annoying, so I might have to use some carbon rod instead. I'll dig that out in a moment. Anyway, let me get back to my point. Yeah, I know what I do not want to be, and that is a fat, lazy bastard who sits in front of the TV. And I've seen people do that, and I've just seen their health and their attitude just go downhill. And I've always been a highly motivated person. The reason why I've been a highly motivated person is because of my dad. My dad, when I grew up, my dad was always doing something. He would go to work, he would get up in the morning, and be in work for 6. He works in a cold store. He'd be in work for 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. He'd be back at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and then he would sit down, have his tea, and have a play with us, me and my sister as kids, and then he would be doing something. It would be decorating. He completely replumbed the entire house, and we're not talking like a small house. This was a huge, great big Victorian house. He built our sledges. He did lots and lots of stuff with us as kids, and also for the house and for the ongoing success of us as a family. So that is my role model. That was my role model growing up, is that I've always seen someone who worked really, really hard during the day, came home and worked just as hard. So that's what I've got ingrained in me. As such, I'm a motivated person. What may appear to other people as being a highly motivated person is monkey see, monkey do. Simple as that, okay? Now, I'm just looking over in my notes, okay? So that's what we've gone. Now, if you need a fork up your ass to get you going, so maybe you've just listened to what Matt's been saying here, and you've kind of like looked at all the stuff which I've personally created over the past year or so, and you're thinking, Matt, I want to slice this, okay? Now, the simple thing is, I need to go and get this up on the iPad, because it's dead simple, and it's all down to one book, okay? One book will change your life, okay? It's as simple as that. And I need to find it in Audible. Now, get the audio version, okay? And there's no excuses to this. It's super cheap. You need to take a day of scheduled sickness off work, okay? So you're going to phone in work and you're going to say you're sick, okay? Whatever it is. I've got a cold. I've hurt my ankle. I've got wanker's whiplash. I don't know what you say. In fact, I don't fucking care what you say. The reason for that is, I'll get this up on here. Okay, it's a book called The 10X Rule, okay? The author is called Grant Cardone, okay? You will either like that book or hate that book within the opening sentence, okay? If you sit down and take the day off work, or take a day off and listen to that book and actually action the shit which the guy covers, which is far more than what I can cover in this video for you, is that will change. And I mean, you don't just take a day off and listen to it. You need to take a day off, listen to it, and then action what he goes on there. And you need to set yourself 10x expectations in everything which you do. And anything less is frankly a failure. So, there we go, there's some frequently asked questions. I hope that was enlightening for you, and apologies for me getting a little bit passionate and getting in the groove there. But actually, no, fuck it, I'm not apologising it, because that's just the way which I'm wired, okay? I'm a motivated person. It drives me nuts when I don't see someone who is not as motivated as myself, okay? So I'm actually going to do a big shout out to Craig, you know who you are, because I've seen what you've done in the last couple of months, and that's a lot. Again, Craig is becoming a driving instructor, and the challenges he's gone through, that's the only kind of thing which you get out of an entrepreneur type of person. So Craig, well done. So yeah, let me just quickly recap some of the questions which come. Matt, what is your favourite wing? Such a doomed question, you need to put circumstances in that. Matt, why do you like wings? I just like the look of them, to be honest. They fly really well. Matt, what's the worst model which you owned? That was that DW Thunderbird wing. Yeah, hey ho, we had a chat about that. Matt, what do you do as a day job? I'm a teacher and a web developer, short version. Matt, how much do you spend on RC kit in a year? Frankly, as you can see by the state of my desk, too much. Matt, have you ever been paid to do a review? And honestly answering that, because I've accepted free products, the answer to that is yes, okay? Because there's been some trade which has like been swapped hands, and that's paid as far as I'm concerned. And that's also the reason why we do not accept freebies here. In short, so yeah, keep aware of that one. I don't like clickbait titles and fake reviews, and I'm quite open about that. Anyway, Matt, why do you not promote Hobbyking or Gearbest? Remember, Hobbyking, I do show their products from time to time. We've had, well, there's a RC unboxing video here, we may or may not be out by now. Look out for it. We do, a while ago, and whatever it was. Just save that for a later date. I'm not going there. And Gearbest, we heard about customer support, wasn't fantastic. Next question which we had is, Matt, why do you buy so much stuff from Banggood? And the short answer is the stuff's pretty good, it's damn cheap, delivery's okay, and the customer service is good. Why would you not? And they sell lots of cheap RC models. Happy days. To be honest, I think Banggood have probably released more RC models in the last 12 months than models which we've got on hobbyking. So yeah, of course they're getting my personal interest, but probably getting your interest as well, because of the sheer amount of models which are coming out. Then we spoke about why doesn't the wife kill you when we get when I get on face value a lot of RC models, and the answer to that was honesty. Also, it does frankly help if you've got a YouTube channel which you're chatting about of RC stuff. So maybe you want to start a YouTube channel and chat about RC stuff, and maybe then the wife won't kill you. Hey ho. Then we spoke about, Matt, why do you get up so early in the morning? Frankly, I'm a morning person. It's just the way I am. I like the morning. Remember, I get one extra day. I hold awake 24 hours more than anybody else. Happy days. That's why we get so much shit done. And the last one was, where do you get your motivation from? For me, it's ingrained in my head. If you need to kick up your ass, 10x it. Remember, that book's called Grant Cardone. It's called 10x. I'll put a link in the video description for you. It's not an affiliate one. You want to go for the audio version. Do not go for the written version. You can buy that after if you want to, but you need the audio version. You need to hear his voice, his tone, his pace, and what he's conveying. You will either be sold in that first opening sentence or reject it. Hope that helps. So, there you go. That was a frequently asked questions here with Matt at the workbench. I sincerely hope that you found it enlightening, at least, and got to see maybe a little bit more of the real Matt, if that makes sense. And Matt, the real Matt here, absolutely loves black coffee, and I'm going to pause for another slurp. If you have any questions about anything which we've just been covered here, let me know in the comments section underneath this video. If you want to, that's the best place to do it. If you want to have a chit chat outside of YouTube, remember the Facebook group is also, there's a link to that in the video description. There is a community now of over 1,500 RC nutters like me and probably you. So for myself, Matt, I would like to say a massive thank you to you for taking the time to watch this video. I know it's a little bit of a different one. I just had a lot of things which have questions which have come up over a long period of time, and I wanted to get some of these things out in the open and just blow some dust off them and just pass across a couple of my personal views on these things. And of course, remember, if you don't agree with me over any of these things, that's nice. Let me know in the comment section and we'll have a chit chat about it. So hey ho, it's time for me to go. I'm going to go and drink my coffee. I'll go and get this video uploaded to YouTube. And remember, this is all before 9 o'clock in the morning. Most people haven't even got into work yet. Keep that in the back of your mind. Cheerios!